moving forward.
Great.
Although
Shall
I do
I
it-
share?
Yeah. We have a little bit of housekeeping, and then we'll have you share.
Okay.
Is that okay, Glenn?
Yeah, let me know.
Yep. Hopefully it will be obvious. But yes,
Okay.
we will let you know. Go ahead, Frank, or who's taking lead?
Great. Yeah, I'll take it away. Welcome back, everyone, to the first pitch day. Pretty exciting. We'll get into the details of what that means, but first we have some announcements and opportunities to go over, and then we'll get straight into the pitches. We have a mix of existing, new, and external projects. So next slide.
And yes, I am.
We are recording. Great. Yep, so there's that agenda, and we'll go straight into those announcements. So handing it off to you, Professor, on the next slide.
All right. So, as most of you know, sections 1 and 2 are closed. You have to ask permission to get into them. And section 4 was completely full, even though we had people in section 3. The difference being the number of credits. So at this point of the semester, I believe I have answered. I've made everybody. I've given everybody access to sign into the section that they want to sign into. You may have to actually type in the CRN, because if you go to SIS, it will say the section is full, but you do have permission to get into it. So you have to type in the CRN, and it'll allow you in, I think. There's one person that I'm still trying to contact. I need a RIN to actually approve you, but I think I've got everybody set up. If you're not set up, you need to recontact me, because I lost your message or thought I solved it or something. So this is just the heads up that you should be in, and if you're not in, contact me again so I can fix it. I'm just leaving these up here, I guess, for probably this will be the last meeting, but there were a couple of things coming up. eShip has their first eShip competition of the semester. It's a really good competition. It's looking for problems, and it's something that works really well with the start of the RCOS semester. Well, if you have a problem, you're going to have a better project, right? So solve the problem, don't write the solution before you have the problem defined. I will actually work on getting this better. Sorry about that. It looks like I'm kind of bleeding off the edge a little bit. Let me try this. There we go. All right. So please, if you're interested, please consider that. Second one is Professor Karusevich, one of the friends of RCOS. He's been with us a number of times. Has some interesting projects. If you're interested in doing a URP with Professor Karusevich, please let him know. He's got some funding, and he's looking for Python and machine learning. So, two fairly popular topics. And then again, another Python Java opportunity with Dr. Agung Julius. So he's looking for, I believe, Android development. Please contact him. These are all things that are available. We get a lot of people reaching out to RCOS because they value your guys' experience and ability to work. So if you are available and want to take them up on these offers, please do so. All right. I guess I'll turn this over to Frank. Back to you again? Or?
Yep. Oh.
Yeah, just one thing, a quick note. We posted an announcement with this order here. The only change is that we have HAAS Pathways going second as opposed to Yaks, and I don't think that's included in that message. So just note, this is the official order that we're going with.
All right.
And then we have a little announcement after this, I believe, before we can hand it off to Glenn.
Okay.
So just kind of recap for everyone watching here. If you're not running a project this semester, this is the time to pay most attention. Pay attention to these pitches, note the ones that interest you, and feel free to start contacting the people who are pitching the projects now. We're having that formal process next week in the form of project pairing, but if you get a head start, that might improve your chances in case projects are taking a limited number of people. So if you expressed your interest early, you could start doing it now. Though we really encourage you to reach out to multiple different projects. So don't just see one that you like and put all your eggs in that basket. Pay attention to all of them. And with that, we can get on with the pitches.
All right. And with that,
Okay.
yep, please feel free to share.
It was obvious. So
See?
there we go. All right. Hi, I'm Glenn Darling. Can you see my screen here? Open Horizon.
Yes.
Hold on just a second. Let me make sure that I'm taping you as opposed to taping me.
So Open Horizon is the greatest open source project that you've probably never heard of. That's my lead line. Oops. So I'm thinking you're at the starting line of your careers and you're thinking, where do I want to invest my talent? And which technology is going to change your world most significantly? And so what are your top three? I'll tell you mine. I think quantum computing is pretty interesting, machine learning, especially reinforcement learning, and edge computing, which you maybe haven't heard of. So quantum, if you haven't tried IBM's Qiskit, it's a free simulator. You can download it and you can learn about how to program quantum circuits. And you can also submit your code to a real IBM quantum computers for free. But practical quantum computing, I think it's still probably years away. And how big is the opportunity size for your career? I think that's unclear. So that leaves the other two, ML and Edge. And these are both the focus of our Open Horizon project. Even though you've never heard of it, it's got a couple of pretty interesting things happening in it. And we think that Edge is really eating IoT. And the difference between Edge and IoT is something you can read about. But Edge computers are more powerful, they're smart, and they're still local like IoT machines. Oops, my focus got changed. So what kind of things are edge machines doing? They're vision systems, robots, like my friend behind me here. I don't know if you can see her back there. We also use like the Spot robot from Boston Dynamics, drones, cars, utility poles even have smart devices on them now, voice assistants, smart cameras. ML or AI is at every edge. And there's huge growth forecast for Edge AI in the years to come. So let's talk about Open Horizon. It's part of the Linux Foundation Edge project, and we'd love you to come and contribute your ideas. We've got a very diverse community, helpful community, and we're really actually having fun. Now, if you're thinking about how would you contribute if you were to join in our project, well, typically people start with issues that are labeled good first issue. And we tried to do that with anything that we think doesn't require a lot of background in the technology. But of course, we're open to anything you want to suggest. And so I suggest that you start, if you're interested, by taking a look at the Open Horizon GitHub repo, and I'll just go there now to show you what's up there. So here you see the main projects in Open Horizon. There's a whole lot of projects, repos inside Open Horizon. The top three are Annex, Exchange API, and Examples. The first three you see at the top here, and you can pick any one of them. And then you can go in here and hit the Issues tab, and then just scroll through the issues here to find ones that are marked good first issue. Or you can actually just, if you click good first issue, then it'll put in a filter that says it's an open issue and it's labeled with good first issue. And then you can just browse and see if this sounds like something interesting. I think the examples repo is a pretty fun place to start because really any programming language is fine for an example. An example is just a piece of code that's going to run on a small edge machines, do something on like a Raspberry Pi or an NVIDIA Jetson Nano, or I don't know, an Atomic Pi, or any one of the dozens of machines that are eventually going to bury me here in my office. But we're here to help you contribute too. We've got, like I said, an active community. There's 12 to 15 working groups and a bunch of people on each of them. We meet regularly. And we're very active on Element, which is similar to Slack or Discord, for chatting if you had questions or whatever. And just a pitch for open source. I'm guessing you're all bought into this already, but unlike corporate projects like I get paid to do, or school projects like you're doing, open source work is public and permanent. So it's a great place to build your personal eminence, to get known for doing things, and it's great to put onto your resume. So come and join us. Come play with us. Let's make the edge smart. Let's decentralize and send less of our data and other people's data to those huge companies and governments that are really rapidly centralizing, with machine learning being a very big enabler for those big companies. So help ensure the security and privacy for our users all over the world, right here with Open Horizon. And if you'd like to reach out to me, I'm Glenn Darling at usibm.com. I'm Mosquito in lots of different places, including the RCOS Discord. And you can find me at GitHub. I have a few different identities there, but Mega Mosquito is probably a good one. And I write articles at darlingevil.com. And that's my pitch. I can stop sharing.
Cool. Thank you very much. Just to throw out some stuff, Raspberry Pis, we've got some of those. We've got if you guys need access to that stuff, we can help out. I don't have a robot in my background, but
well, you can code on a VM too,
Okay.
or your laptop. We support a wide variety of platforms,
Cool.
even RISC-V and Power if you have IBM Power hardware.
Cool. All right.
ARM32, ARM64, x86, whatever you like.
So we will be having our project pairing a week from today. I'm hoping you'd be able to at least monitor the Discord for us, and
you bet.
respond. Okay, excellent. So
yeah, on the 25th. Yep.
Yes, that's a week from. Yeah. Okay. Got to do math.
Yep. Yeah, I'll be there, and I think other folks from our Open Horizon would like to be there too.
Cool. Excellent. I think our next presenter is Bram.
Okay, I'll get on to providing photos of my puppy, as somebody requested.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Hey, am I ready?
You look like you're up and ready, and you're showing up correctly in my in both of my monitors. So
all right, excellent. Okay, so I'm pitching the HAAS Pathways project. I did this last semester too, and but I'm going to do it this semester as well. So as you all know, everybody now has to satisfy a HAAS integrated pathway. And at this point, the only way to find information about them is basically going through the course catalog and then programs, and then you get to the web page you see in front of you, and you will see a long list that you see here of about 40 of these different pathways. And if you click on them, you got information about the pathway, and it'll say you need to take this or that course. And okay, so you can figure out the information through this course catalog, but I think there's a better way of finding this information, and in particular, finding a pathway that interests you, kind of working through all those different pathways and exploring them and seeing what you need to do to satisfy those different pathways. So I have had students already work on these pathways. So let's see, let me just clear this. So the current interface also shows that long list of pathways. Actually, one thing I want to do is cluster those pathways into logical blocks. So there's some arts pathways, there's economics pathways, there's cognitive science pathways, etc. So you don't get completely inundated with this long list. Anyway, if you click on one, and I think many of you will be interested in the AI pathways, you can click on this one, And then it shows a bunch of options for your first course. Say you took Mike's machines. So I say, all right, I'll take this at my course 1. Gotta click on this again. There's some small, lots of small issues to do here. Anyway, I guess this is my required second course. And then I can pick a third course. Okay. And now I can go on the top right to my pathways. And why didn't this work? Well, okay. So work needs to be done here. So the idea is you can go to the different pathways, pick courses, and then I go to a different section which called My Pathways. You can now say sort of what pathways you've set aside that you want to go back later and kind of explore. I'm looking at really 2 different audiences here. Well, lots of different audiences, but one audience might be incoming students who have no idea about these pathways and who are just seeing these for the first time and saying, oh, okay, what's interesting about these? So let me search through them. Another kind of audience might be students who have already taken some HAAS courses and who say, all right, I've taken these courses, right? So maybe the interface, you can indicate those courses, and then the interface will find pathways that involve some of those courses, right? To find compatible courses. None of that is actually implemented at this point. Okay, so this is the current pathway. Code is on GitHub. Now, this is actually a slide that I created some years ago. I have these slides for all of the pathways, which I think a little bit more cleanly show the structure of these pathways. So the AI pathway has a course 1, course 2, and a course 3, right, quite separately. But for example, the electronic arts pathway is structured a little differently. You have a course 1, but then you have a block of courses from which you just pick 2 for your courses 2 and 3. Ideally, right, the interface would actually look something more like this, right, and that you can then click on the courses that you're interested in and set aside for later exploration. It's kind of like Yaks, right, or Quacks. These slides also nicely show like different tags of the courses, like communication intensive, or is it taught in the fall or the spring? Is it a HAAS inquiry course? The arrows on the slide indicate prerequisite structures, none of which is actually shown on that in the course catalog. So these are other things we can add to the interface. So yes, I have some small projects, I have some larger projects, but there's all kinds of improvements we can make on the current interface. So yeah, the clustering of the pathways, a more kind of an overview of the whole pathway that you see all the courses, kind of more like this, and then sort of choose your courses. Let's see, like I said, finding pathways based on courses that you've already taken. And then I'd really like to see a maintenance page where whatever maintenance person is going to keep up these pathways, because courses will be added and removed all the time. So a maintenance page where the database of these pathways can all be maintained. Okay, so if you're interested, I'm Professor Bram at rpi.edu, and that is my pitch. Thank you.
All right, as I kind of typed into the chat, this helps your advisors too. So I'm all for getting Bram as much help as he needs.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Lots of people will be very happy with this. Advisors,
Absolutely.
staff advisors, faculty advisors, students, parents, you name it.
Yep. Excellent. Thank you. Thanks.
Provost has no idea how all of these things are set up. He'll probably enjoy this too.
Excellent. Thanks a lot, Bram. And again, you're going to be here on Tuesday. Are you going to be on campus Tuesday or not?
I should be.
Okay. We'll try to make this probably less cold than minus 30. Although,
Sounds good.
Who knows? All right.
Thanks.
Thank you. And this kind of goes through our, our external projects or for today. We have more coming up on Friday, including, if I'm seeing this correctly, a few edge computing types of projects. So, or I'm sorry, a quantum project as well. So, so this is kind of cool. And we always need help with the registrar. And for those of you who are interested, we have an iCloud link for. We'll pop it up for just a second, and then we'll go on with our.
Am I going to show my puppy photo?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Now maybe
I picked a baby photo. Well, I can share it.
the Tuesday session will also be at 4 p.m. So, all right, I'll let this come up. I'll show this as soon as it finishes loading.
Here, I can solve this problem.
There we go. There's the puppy. So,
Okay,
very
that's
cute.
the baby puppy. Make him a little bigger. He's so cute. I'm just saying. And that's him playing in the snow.
A California Husky finally getting some snow.
Finally get some snow.
All right. Thank you. And let me. Oh, and mine came up now too. So great. So that means that I can do this, and we get this, and we get back to where we were. All right. Excellent job. I think that covers Brahm and Open Horizons. Come on, system. Yep. And then we go right into Yaks. And 30 pounds is getting big.
Well, hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Woof. Okay. So, hello guys. Name's Richard, and I'll be pitching about Yaks. Everyone likes Yaks, obviously. It's one of the biggest projects in RCOS and has lasted for a pretty long time. You guys probably know it already, so I won't talk about it. But we have a lot of things to implement and add, like having it suggest courses that you should take based on open slots. And just better mobile experience. If you already seen, we already have the AutoGen semesters over there, and when you hover it over your mouse, gives you more details. So why you want to join us? We have a lot of cool stuff, like all those GitHub workflows, testings, and all the PWAs to install Yaks as an app. Our stack is Vue for the front end, Python Flask for the API, and Postgres for our DB. We also use Docker to assist us on deployment. We people who likes to work in a big team, work in the front end, Python, testing, we got all of that. So if you're interested, you can either DM me in the Discord and join to the Yaks Discord server, or if you're old-fashioned, email me on my RPI email. We're gonna have lots of fun as a team this semester. Thanks.
So Frank, are you taking over, or let's see,
Sure,
let's see,
yeah,
Frank and Kate, and or do you want me to?
Oh, sorry, I didn't notice.
No,
Hey,
we didn't announce it. Go ahead.
I'm Paul. I'm gonna be starting to run Telescope. If you don't know what Telescope is, it's the RCOS management software we use to keep track of all of our projects, our meetings and such. It's currently being worked on. Yeah. It's been through a lot of iterations. It used to be called Observatory, but now it is Telescope. Observatory was swarmed by spam bots advertising vacations in Australia or something. RCOS is written Telescope is its successor and is written in Rust, Actix, and uses GraphQL to connect to the backend, which at first I thought was kind of intimidating, but is actually surprisingly simple, and so was learning Actix after a bit. So if you're intimidated by any of these new technologies, don't be. It's actually it's not super hard to get up to date on Telescope. We use Bootstrap for we use Mustache for templates, and we use Bootstrap to make it look nice, as you can see in the picture. It also manages Discord, so we have to. If you have experience with Discord bot programming, this might be an interesting project for you. Yeah, I think that's all there is to know about Telescope. Yeah, and if you're new to Rust, this might not be the project for you, but I am still willing to help you, and if you want to join, because, yeah, I would love to have someone help with this. It's a pretty fun project.
All right, thanks, Paul. And again, RCOS runs on Observatory and now Telescope. So, again, help us help you. We need these things working. Yaks as well, I guess, and Quacks and all of our other improvements upon RPI's infrastructure.
Hey everyone, can you hear me all right?
We can.
Yep.
Okay, great. So yeah, hey everyone, my name is Jeremy. I'm currently the project lead for Tutorbase, which is an online management platform for connecting students and tutors at RPI. So we use the Burn stack for development, and pretty much for the motivation behind this project is that my friend Jason and I actually started this project a few semesters ago when we noticed after working at ALAC as tutors and as CS undergraduate mentors that there was a common issue, which was a lack of resources to adequately address the academic assistance that many students needed at RPI across campus. So some of the key features that we have so far are being able to search for classes by subject and tutor, an intuitive scheduling process, email notifications, user profile customization, data metrics and visualization for tutors, and a rating and feedback systems. So some of our main semester goals are to fix the login and sign up functionality, complete the continuous integration and continuous deployment pipeline, the actual production deployment as we're very close to actually launching this product, some bug fixes, and some UI UX upgrades. So we're extremely close, like I said before, to an actual public launch, but we're not there yet. So this semester, we're mainly looking for members with more experience to help on the project, but as usual, members of all experience are welcome. So if you want to work on the project, you can reach me by email. You can check out the GitHub, or you can reach me on Discord.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. I think this is Leon, if I'm not mistaken.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, cool. All right, hi, my name is Leon, and I'm the project manager for OpenCircuits. For those who don't know, OpenCircuits is an online digital circuit designer that has been at RCOS for over 3 years now. It is a web app written mainly in TypeScript with Golang for the backend. Sorry if you hear the noise in the background, that's my dog going crazy. We have many features from custom circuit components to saving and loading circuits to the cloud. A ton of progress was made last semester, and we worked with Professor Kuzmin last semester to finally bring OpenCircuits to CompOrg, which we hope to continue this semester. And because of this, the third official version of OpenCircuits is coming out sometime this week, hence the v3.0, so that's very exciting. So this project is very beginner friendly, so I would recommend this project to anyone who has just joined RCOS, anyone who has never done web development and would like to learn, anyone who wants experience working in a professional industry-like environment, and pretty much anyone else who wants to contribute to a well-established project. We've had a whole assortment of people succeed on OpenCircuits, from those who hadn't even finished CS1 to programming gurus. So as long as you're willing to learn, you will absolutely be successful on this project. And yeah, another thing is I've recently been working on a lot of the DevOps for the project, which includes many quality of life changes for the developers. And this means linting, automated testing, and even a practice repository to begin to learn and understand the code base. And yeah, so that's OpenCircuits. My contact info is in the bottom left down there. And please feel free to reach out with any questions or if you decide you want to join the team. And thank you.
All right. I think I'm not seeing a name on this.
Hello. I'm Gabriel. I'm the project lead for Shuttle Tracker. Last semester, we launched the new Shuttle Tracker, and we have a ton of work left to do. Working on Shuttle Tracker is a great way to have your fingerprints on a multi-platform app and service that hundreds and hundreds of RPI students use every single day. With Shuttle Tracker, you can contribute to any one of our several different components of your choice. You can work on the Swift UI app for Apple platforms. You can work on the Android app. You can work on the web app, on the server, on our ML research projects that we're working on to try to improve shuttle tracking fidelity even further. All experience levels are welcome. Whether you're a complete beginner or you have all the experience in the world with Android development or whatever, we would love to have you on the team. In fact, our entire Android development team had zero Android experience prior to the fall 21 semester, but they managed to build up a really awesome Android app entirely from scratch during that semester. So a lack of experience is no barrier to contributing substantially to Shuttle Tracker. And you can pick your stack. Pick which project you work on. We have lots of different stacks if you prefer working with certain technologies. And you can have your own impact on the daily RPI experience. Shuttle Tracker also looks great on a resume. In my interview for an Apple internship, all I talked about was my work on Shuttle Tracker, and it's one data point, but it got me the job. So I like to say there's a Shuttle Tracker to Apple pipeline at this point. I'm the third Shuttle Tracker developer to go to Apple, to go get an internship at Apple. So no guarantees, but it looks great on a resume. It's incredibly fun. You learn a lot. You work with this industry standard tools that software engineers globally work with every day in their real jobs, and you can have a tremendous impact on the RPI experience for students every day. I'm class of 24, so I'm a current sophomore. So I hope to see you on Shuttle Tracker. I would love for you to come join the project. You can check us out at shuttletracker.app is our website. You can go to github.com/WTG, where you can see some of our repositories, our code repositories, and feel free to join our Discord server. I posted a link to our Discord server in the WebEx chat. That's the best way to communicate with the Shuttle Tracker team, and that's where we coordinate development during the semester. So please come join Shuttle Tracker, and you'll have a ton of fun and learn a lot.
All right. Next one is PullBuddy. Hunter?
All right. Hi, everyone. I am Richard, and I am the project manager for PullBuddy. If you haven't heard of PullBuddy yet, we are a project that aims to replace iClickers and provide a lot more functionality than they currently offer. Some of our pros and cons are that we're aiming to be cheaper and that being free, easier to use, more powerful, and more fun. Our languages consist of your standard web application type languages like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React if you're going to work on the front end. And on the back end, we use Express and MongoDB for building out the AAP mapping. We also use some Docker, and obviously we use Git. Other than that, we've got a lot of progress been made over the last couple of semesters. We've got most of the front end done. We've got a good portion of the back end done, but we're still looking to get a lot of that front end and back end integration progress made. So if anyone's interested in working on web apps and hates iClickers, we would be welcome, or we'd be happy to have you. We don't require any experience whatsoever, but obviously it'd be a plus if you have some. And then that's pretty much it. There's some contact information at the bottom. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.
Institutor.
Hey everyone, my name is Samyat, and today I'll be talking about Instant Tutor. Instant Tutor is a multi-semester project that aims to create a personalized peer-to-peer platform for students and tutors. This would be personalized in that suggestions for a tutor and student are made according to individual needs and preferences. and it's peer-to-peer in that an individual can act as both a tutor and student. The project was actually initially proposed and led by Professor Mushtaq, who is still the main advisor. However, for schedule reasons, she's going to be a little less active this semester. A major part of her initial proposal was a machine learning aspect, and she's actually put work into a very basic model that's partially based on a rating system we employ and will be contributing some additional code. A major goal for this semester would be actually developing and implementing that model. Besides the machine learning aspect, we've also managed to do a lot of work on the actual web app, and this semester we aim to refine the functionality and user interface. We also have a working deployment configuration. However, I am just experimenting with other configurations and kind of learning as I go, so any help from a more experienced backend developer on that aspect would be greatly appreciated. And that kind of leads into who I'm actually looking for to join the team this semester. The main technologies we are using have been talked about earlier in this WebEx session, but we're using the MERN stack, which is MongoDB, a document-based database, and Express.js on the backend for our API, React as a front-end user interface, and Node.js as a runtime environment to run the front-end and back-end applications. For deployment, I'm experimenting with Docker containers, and we do have a working AWS Elastic Beanstalk configuration, but we're also aiming to get something working with Docker. In general, I'm more than happy to welcome first-time RCOS members, and part of my goal this semester is to get a lot of documentation down to make it easier to train members for future semesters, and generally to benefit RCOS. I've personally been saved by scanning through old repos of RCOS projects to just learn general React stuff and also Docker stuff, and especially one project called Dorm Design I use for a lot of finalization on my Docker configurations. And I'd like to pay that forward. And that would be an example of one among a number of very easy ways to contribute for new members. Again, if possible, I would like members who are experienced with backend technologies and especially deployment solutions, and also members who are familiar with machine learning in general or implementation of machine learning on the web specifically. Finally, members who have a good design sense to improve the front end and user experience would also be appreciated. Thank you. My Discord is in the bottom, as well as a link to the repository.
All right, thank you. Okay, Crisis. Do we have Trevor here?
Yes, it looks like he's unmuted, but we cannot hear him.
Ah, no, we are not hearing you, Trevor. And an awful thing it is, too. We were waiting with joy, waiting for you.
Let's see. In the meantime, Bill, are you here? Or
I am here. Yes.
And Professor, do you mind going just to the next one just for
No, I don't.
some time?
Sorry, Trevor. I will commandeer this slide for a second, I guess, if you don't mind. So, hey everyone. I'm Bill, one of the coordinators of RCOS. Originally, Frank was supposed to present today, but he could not come up with a name for his project on time, so I'm substituting for him. So yeah, my project for yes, you're welcome, Frank. My project for this semester will be auto GIF. So essentially, like if you look at the GIF that of me on the right hand side. The issue that I've run into with coming up with these GIFs is there's a very long and very roundabout and inconvenient workflow that goes into recording GIFs like that. So I first have to go through some sort of screen recorder or webcam recorder. I have to export the file. I have to import it into some sort of video editor. In my case, I use Final Cut Pro. I have to keyframe it with a transform. I have to export that, and then I have to upload the video onto the web. to convert it into a GIF, and I have to also optimize it as well. So there's like quite a few steps in that process, and my idea for this semester was to try and make a tool that does all of that stuff like as unobtrusively as possible. So you would listen for some sort of keyboard shortcut, and it would start recording. You listen for like a stop keyboard shortcut. You could zoom in on your cursor, and export it as a GIF directly to your GIF or WebM in this case, because Frank proposed it, directly to your clipboard. GIF with soft G or hard G. Oh Lord. Okay. I will slightly ignore that. I'll proceed with the slide. So, as I was saying before, there's the description, and extension would be, as I said before, and while you're recording, you're able to add effects. A stack, I'm not sure yet. It's up for debate. And Y is, like I said before, expedites quick video clips without conversions or external websites for apps. And the plan for the semester is in the middle. Okay, so to address the chat, well, before I end the slide, my contact info is at the bottom. There's my email and my Discord handle. Teammates will be selected on a first come, first served basis. Personally, I say GIF because the creator of the GIF says GIF. Yes, I will try to make it as beginner friendly as possible. I hope that I'm able to do so. But because it is beginner friendly, I'm not able to take as many teammates. Yeah, you should be able to contact project leads with questions at any point. All of their contact information should be on their pitch slides. Yeah. All right. Should go back to Trevor's slide, I guess. Has he returned?
Can you hear me?
We can
Yes.
hear you.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, great. I guess I was having a Linux moment, so I switched to my phone, and I guess I'm going to be presenting from here now. All right. So, crisis, correcting Rensselaer's insufferable SIS. Expand SIS out in your head. So, because we're not Chris, we're crisis, as Gabriel pointed out last semester. We want to put all of the Rensselaer information in one place. As it stands, you need to go all over the place looking for course information, looking for major templates, looking for major requirements, especially for dual majors. They need to just find their document. And for HAAS Pathways, minor requirements, it's all very disorganized, and it's not in one place. And especially egregiously is transfer courses. I had an example of that on my end of the year presentation for last semester, and it's just awful. So what are we here to do? We're here to put this all in one place. We're a fairly new project. We've only been operating for one semester, but we've done a lot of work in that semester. It may not look like we've done very much because we haven't done much on the front end in that time. If any of you want to go check out the live deployment at rpicrisis.org, you can see that we have a course search set up, and you can search up a course, get its description, and get all of its transfers. Because for some reason, RPI does not provide that. So that's the first thing we've done, and we're going to be working on getting a lot more of the information that we have into the website over this coming semester. New programmers are welcome. Anyone who comes in, we're going to be doing a learning bootcamp mini 2-week series for learning TypeScript, React, or Python and Beautiful Soup 4, or whatever they need to do, whatever the newcomer wants to do. And I'm trying to keep the group size relatively small for this. So probably, 5 to 7 max members. My contact information is at the bottom, and all the information about the project, including the repo, the Discord, and the actual site is down there too. Come visit us, get some information. Join Crisis,
have a crisis, have a good time. That is all.
All right, nice presentation. Horrible acronym. How many times can we
He's
watch
not
Bill?
Bills again. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
get past that. Okay. Great. Thanks for pitching, everyone. Those were great pitches, both the external, existing ones, and new ones. So thank you for that. If you want to pitch or put your pitch slides in the slides channel, feel free to do so. But for everyone, if you want to go back to look at these pitches that are in this slideshow, check out my last message in the slides channel, which goes to this presentation with all these pitches. And I'll make sure to get the external pitches as well. I think Professor Braun already emailed me with the slides, so I'll be posting them there. And we'll make sure those are all posted. Next slide. So what is next? This was pitch day 1 of 2. So next meeting on Friday, we will have new projects that are looking for members. They will pitch. So if you are one of those project leads that is planning to start a new RCOS project, please submit the pitch form by Thursday night. The sooner, the better. And we're going to base the order based on submission or submission order. Again, you only need to do this if you want project members from the RCOS community. If you already have people in mind, you don't have to submit through this form. But that's when you will pitch. If we have anything spilling over or going out of the time, we'll have some last minute pitches the next meeting. But for everyone else, if you're not starting a project and you need to choose a project, start thinking about what projects interest you, which ones interested you today, and pay close attention on Friday, as I know everyone does all the time, to see what projects interest you there. And on the next meeting, we'll have official project pairing, which we'll give more information about on Friday. If you have any questions about any of this, feel free to put them in the chat now, or even better, in the Discord in the help desk channel or a similar channel, and we will get back to you.
Would you mind showing the slide that listed all of the pitches today again? You know, right from the beginning of the presentation, you had a slide that showed all the different people pitching. It's kind of cool.
Right there, how's that?
That's it, thank you.
On that note, reach out to these project leads if you're interested. Feel free to do that now. We have that official process next meeting, but like you heard Bill say, some projects are first come, first serve. So if you're interested, reach out now and figure out whether these projects are a match for you.
Okay, I'm also going to apologize. I was going to show some puppy pictures, but my my computer is in the process of somehow my Mac didn't get power for a while, and it's in the process of shutting down. So next class we will run something, maybe before we get started on everything in the lull while we're waiting for people to join. So sorry about that. Good job, guys.
Thanks for this. Thanks for the opportunity to talk to you folks.
Oh, it was much appreciated. We've got some great projects, and we like to keep it fresh, and working with IBM is a really it's a big positive for us. So thank you for presenting. And
my pleasure. Lots of cool projects here too. Wish I was a student again.
Yeah,
I'm serious. I mean, there was nothing like this. You couldn't join a project when I went through school.
Yeah, it was much more like going to class and stuff as opposed to
boring stuff.
Yeah, exactly. All that unimportant.
Oh, sorry guys. So I don't mean to impugn your the excitement of your classes. You're probably great.
All right. Anything else, guys? All right. We will get up as the presentations. That should go up fairly quickly because I think it should. I don't think I have to cut anything. There's no editing that needs to happen. So we will see you all on Friday. Thank you very much, and thanks, Glenn, and thanks, Bram. Assuming you guys are still here, and we will see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, everyone.
Thanks, Wes.
So, yeah, I guess I can go on my talking mode.
With the iceberg.
With my iceberg, yeah. That's what it feels like, although not minus 31 still.